All right, who's ready for more? I just did a post on my community Facebook page, whatever thing, saying that I wouldn't be recording today. And I was immediately struck with guilt. So here I am back in the garage, recording. Now this footage won't make it online tonight, so if you don't care, I'll put it in with the footage that I'll be recording tomorrow during the day. But I wanted to do something, and I'll walk you through my thought process here. So let me get set up. All right, so a few things that I need to figure out. Where does air come in? Because all the air compressors that I see have some kind of air filter. So where does it suck air in to then push it through that pipe into the tank? So I want to figure that out. It's not up there. It's not in there. It's not on the other side. This is just a solid block with the piston in it. So does it suck in air through the piston itself, or because I'm supposed to clean an air filter, but there is none. The second thing is there's supposed to be an air regulator to regulate how much PSI this thing spits out. I don't see one. Because if this is charged up to 135, from what I understand, when it reaches this or goes past it, this is some kind of safety valve that should open up and release pressure to make sure it doesn't explode in my face. But how do I regulate the amount of PSI that comes out of the hose? Because if I hook up some kind of air tool that's rated for 90 PSI and I jam 135 PSI through it, probably not a good idea. So is there supposed to be a regulator that clips on here? I don't have a clue. As I mentioned in my community post, let me see if I can get that in frame. I'm doing all this while the phone is attached to a tripod, so it's not the smoothest movement. I found this label. It tells me the model, the lot number, and some kind of code, and the year 2004. I know it's upside down for you, but I'll overlay a picture of it. I looked for this model number online. I get to a few websites that sell parts for the motor, but not the tank or any of the other stuff on here. That's the only label I found so far. And I can't find a manual or anything. So I'm basically just winging it. But that's all part of the fun. Let me put you over here. Now, I got some feedback on the video I did yesterday, or by the time you see this, 2 days ago. The lighting is all right. It's a little bit yellowish, but there's not much I can do about that. I have an LED bar up there. I found an old light with the fluorescent tubes that's up here. That's where all the yellow comes from. And then I have some LEDs over here. So the lighting, it's always going to have a yellow tint to it. Not much I can do about that. I didn't get any feedback on audio, but I noticed that since I'm on this side of the camera, the audio mostly lives on the left audio channel. I tried to set up my phone to do mono recording so that left and right are balanced, but I couldn't find the setting or if it's even possible. So maybe I could tweak that a little in Final Cut Pro, because I will mostly be on the left side of the camera. So, you know, if that didn't annoy you before, now you're going to notice, and it's going to annoy the hell out of you. So what are we doing here tonight? Well, I want to take this thing apart. I want to give it a full teardown, because mainly I want to get a camera in here so I can see if this thing is completely rusted out, or if it's in good shape. You know, I just want to know how this thing works. I did figure out, or at least I think I did. Let me grab you again. So I told you in the last video, air was leaking out from here, right? That didn't make sense to me until I started following the cables. So this is where the air goes into the tank, and it has this little separate line that feeds into this same block behind this power cable, which I can only assume is to feed this gauge and tell me how much PSI I'm building up. So if that connection is broken, or there's a seal or something missing, that could definitely push air out of that opening next to it. So this is where the air is coming out, and here's that line. Now I got a few other comments on the video telling me what may be wrong in here. So I really just want to open this up and see what's going on. I put some WD-40 in here last night because I think there's a screw in there, but I'm not sure. It was covered in all kinds of debris. So that's what I'm gonna try to get into today. If I have a screwdriver that fits down there, which this one, oop. Alright, I lost about 5 or 10 minutes of footage because apparently my phone is full. So I deleted some stuff, got about 30 gigabytes free, which should be enough to record whatever I'm doing tonight. So I'm just absorbing some of the WD-40 I put into the screw hole last night. And see okay, if that's a screw, I'm in trouble. Now, I need to look for a screwdriver that actually fits down that hole. This one is not going to cut it, neither is this one. So, I might be done already. I have every tool known to man to fix computers, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, not so much. All right, that did not work out as planned. I don't even have a screwdriver to get into that thing. By the way, for anyone watching this, let me know in the comments if you do this kind of tinkering as well, because more than likely 99.9% of the people here got here because I make Apple/Mac related content, and this is of course not. But yes, I like to hang out in the garage and do stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with computers. Give myself a little break. A very old, I think, yeah, it's an iFixit kit that I got, I don't know, about 10 years ago. Cheap as hell, but always manages to save me in a pinch. No way. I got it? Holy shit. And by holy shit, I mean exactly as planned, of course. I got lucky there. I should not be reusing this one. Alright, let's see what's hiding under here. Can you see? Yeah. Good enough. Alright. So this is the button that works its magic there. This is where the power comes in. And the stuff we need is hiding under here. Now I don't think there's any capacitors on this thing, but I'm still going to be very careful with what I do and won't touch. There's a very large spring in there, so maybe that's I forgot the exact term, but someone mentioned there's a valve in there. That's probably that. So this whole block has to come off so we can see what's going on under there. Looks straightforward enough. Set the full before trying to take it apart. So 1, 2, I think it's just those 4, whatever the hell they are. Let's see if we're lucky. If the 10 millimeter from yesterday fits in there. Oh no, hell no. Way too big. How about a 4 millimeter? Doesn't fit. Let's try this 5. Nope. 7 it is. Yeah. But will I be able to fit this tool in? Ooh, I can. Awesome. Barely. One. And through the magic of Final Cut Pro, you don't have to sit through the whole thing. This plastic, whatever, is still attached to the plate underneath. So I'm going to do something very risky. Ooh. Okay, so there's some kind of diaphragm that I hopefully didn't destroy. There we go. Oh, so that's what that spring is for. Seems a little super heavy duty just to move this diaphragm around. So hopefully I didn't destroy this. Replacement parts from what I've seen online, even the simplest washer, it's like 20 bucks. So let's see if I can take this off without destroying it. I cannot. I just destroyed it. No, I didn't do that. The inside of this is kind of blown a hole in there with some of the filler material pushing through. It can't be right. No, that's supposed to be in one piece. So was that the issue? I don't know. We're just gonna keep digging. All right, so this is where that air line comes in. So what we have underneath that silicone or rubber thing that I took out, so it was in there like that. You see the hole there? There's a big hole under there as well. So So I kind of pushed it back in place, but that just exploded out. Now it doesn't seem, this is not flexible enough to be a diaphragm. So I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at here. Anyway, it is pretty worn and needs to be replaced. So hopefully I can find parts, because I find plenty of parts for this whole motor setup here. I can buy any part I want from this. When it comes to this stuff, nothing. So, you know, fun times. So let me try and just take that off, because I don't see a good way to get into that block. Some kind of lever switchy thing here. I don't know what that's for. It's pushed in like this. So is that maybe the regulator? I have no idea. If you know, in the comments, let me know. It's kind of glued in place there. That's how I found it. Can you tell I am way out of my depth here? So I either go in through here, take this off, and go in through there to check out the tank, or, well, taking this apart is probably more of a headache. Let me try and take this apart. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Not a lot of space to grip this thing. Come on, move. Oh. That's a workout. All right, and now back this way. I'm not trying to take it off yet at this point. I'm just trying to break it free. All right. That's better. Now that I know this is doable, let's see about this pipe back here. This thingy. Oh. Let's take this pin thingy out of there. Look at that. Just comes out. Let's put the pin thingy back in there so we don't lose it. We're going to lose it anyway. And now we can take this off. Should we take this off? Ready? I'll take this out and see if it's hanging. You want to see a fat man sweat? Ask him to take apart an air compressor. Yeah. All right, there it is. Doesn't look too horrible, unlike this piece of pipe that it just came off of. Let me show you. a lot of rust in there. So if that's any indication of what I can expect in there, it should be good. Oh, it gets worse the deeper you go. Awesome. Now I have a little camera that I can stick down there and record to my phone what I'm seeing. So I saw that camera last week. While I was cleaning my office, I saw that camera, and I have no idea where I put it. Alright, so looking in here, that little hose that we took off blows air over top of it? What? No way. Hold on. This was in there like that. And the hose pumped the air in straight out the top. And then what was on top of this? Oh, hold on. Okay, that little hose pushes air into a little drop valve thingamajig over there, which then hold on, I can figure this out. Let me put this back together real quick. Oh, I just dropped it. Alright, close enough. And I'm bending it. That is fantastic. I'm bending this bracket looking thingy. It's going well. It's going really well. So, this connects to that. That is supposed to be down there, but it's now up there. Yeah, I'm completely destroying this thing, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. And there's a broken off piece of plastic in here. It's always a good sign. And a loose spring over there. Also usually a pretty good sign. Alright, so I thought I was going to figure out how this worked, but looks like I'm not doing that tonight because I just don't have the right tools at the moment to put this back together. But how is it with here? Anyway, I've been out here for about half an hour now. Oh, no, almost an hour now. So I'm gonna call it, go inside, look for that camera. So tomorrow when I'm out here, I can stick the camera in there and see if it's even worth continuing this. Or if the tank is so dodgy, there's no way we would trust it with more than 20 psi. Just taking this apart right now, because obviously I did something wrong. Alright, so this will bend back into shape. That spring absolutely does not belong there. So something snapped loose in there, and without a comparison, I'm just gonna have to try and figure out the right orientation of everything. But yeah, this big spring drives that diaphragm down there. And then I guess once upon a time this used to be flexible, or maybe it even used to be attached to this piece of rubber here. This would then take air out of the tank and push it through the hose right there. But this is completely petrified, and it has a hole in it. So either way, this gasket, or whatever you call it, needs to be replaced. So I don't know if that was the cause of the problem. Obviously a hole is never a good sign, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. Now when it comes to this unit, whatever it's called, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to put that back together without completely destroying it, which might already be too late. But yeah, if anyone knows of any schematics or teardowns for these things, I would love for you to contact me. All the wiring looks pretty much brand new, still flexible, still firmly attached to where it needs to be, so I don't see an issue there. I just have to figure out the mechanics of this part, find a new diaphragm thingamajig, or as Joe says, thingamaboob, for this thing, and hope that it's not all one unit. And we want to stick a camera down in there, and that's going to be on the agenda for tomorrow, which for you will be 5 seconds after what you're watching now. So see you then. All right, it is voiceover time. First time I'm recording a voiceover straight into Final Cut Pro, so this should be interesting. As you can see from the footage, that will make you lose your lunch, so be careful. The inside of the tank is not as bad as I thought it would be. The pipe that sticks out, what am I doing there? I think I'm trying to clean the lens, but it has scratches on it. Yeah, this pipe here, a lot worse than the tank itself. Which you're just gonna have to take my word for, because I couldn't tell you what we're currently looking at, even if I tried. But yeah, very minimal surface rust, no pitting, no major damage, no cracks, just the welds. And this is, from what I'm seeing now, definitely a tank that I would trust with getting the job done. So yeah, I should have putting some kind of protective cap back on. I should have cut this down a little before I started my voiceover, but I don't want to mess it up now, so you're just gonna have to watch it. But yeah, without getting some kind of schematic or diagram or something of that block that I took off with the diaphragm in it, I'm pretty much stuck. I need replacement parts, but I don't know what to look for. So for now, the compressor project is on hold. I do think it's worth rebuilding. As I said, the tank looks good, in my opinion. I'm not an expert. First time I look inside one of these things. But yeah, I think the tank looks good, and I definitely want to rebuild this thing. I still haven't found the air intake or an air filter of any kind. And I also don't know how this thing regulates the amount of PSI it puts out. So I have to figure that out as well. But yeah, once I get a line on the replacement parts, I can see what the cost of it is. New compressors are very cheap. So if I get to the $50, $60 range, I'm already almost at the cost of a new one. It's not going to be an 8-gallon like this one, but it'll be big enough for what I need. So yeah, if you have an idea of what kind of model this is, what it needs, what's going on, yeah, very flattering, very flattering. I really should have cut this down. But yeah, if you have any idea of what I need, what model or type this is, what that unit is called, please let me know in the comments because I would love to fix this up. I hate throwing stuff away. So yeah, until next time. Hopefully this will be continued. In the meantime, I have another very very gross project coming up. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.